What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell in the title of the video, we know what we're working on today. Got Savage up in the air because the clutch decided to go out on me the other day. So yeah, got a little crazy last night. Pulled the drive shaft, pulled the starter, obviously the shifter, and got the clutch out. But the problem is, I got a little too optimistic, and I pulled the trans. So the trans is loose right now, but I didn't pull the exhaust. I thought I could sneak it out, and come to find out I cannot sneak it out. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I don't know if you can see, but the transmission is completely out of the car, and it is hung up by my cats right now. So that is going to be today's objective, is trying to pull the transmission all the way out without that falling on my face. Luckily, I went to, oh, hold on, there's a little spot there. Clean her off a little bit. Is that still there? Still got a little spot there. There we go. I went to Harbor Freight this morning, picked up some swivel adapters and some deep sockets, because I will need a 15 for the cat bolts, or where it bolts to the manifold, and then we shouldn't be in business. I got my new clutch over here. Didn't go with the Nexetti this time, I went with the McLeod. It's just a regular street clutch, so she's nice and pretty, nice and red. Yeah, I got that. I got an upgraded fork and then the pinion bolts as well, just because I know that those tend to go bad. And I think that's what happened to me in this car, is that smoked throwout bearing. And that caused the clutch. Well, I mean, the clutch has been slipping for a while. I've just been driving it, ignoring it, and the throwout bearings chirped since we actually did the manual swap. This transmission and clutch are from the Michelob car, actually, and yeah, so that was like 3 years ago when we did that, and I think it's chirped literally since the day we put it in, which, I mean, used parts, and this clutch has seen war, you know, like it was a burnout car, and you guys have seen the videos on Cletus's channel of that car freaking grenading, so she's definitely lived a hard life, so I'll be happy to get rid of this old girl and put in a nicer clutch and be able to daily drive Savage a little bit better. Also, sorry if I sound like nasally. I've been dealing with a cold, so I might also be a little out of breath just from talking and working and stuff, so just kind of deal with it. I'm dealing with it, trying to get better. Going on like a week and a half of having this thing, so but we're out here, we're struggling, but we're getting through it. So I got skid mark outside with a tarp over it. Actually looks pretty fucking crazy, but we'll knock this out, get this thing all set back up, get skid mark back in here, and hopefully get this car done either today or tomorrow. I started it last night. I got about, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours in it. It should be out, but like I said, you know, me being impatient and not dropping the exhaust hosed me, so I screwed myself there. But live and learn, you know, I got greedy with it. I shouldn't have gotten greedy with it, and now we're here. But the good part is all the transmission bolts are out, even the ones at the top of the motor that are pain in the dick to get. So that step's done. It's literally just dropping the exhaust right now and hoping it doesn't fall on my face. So fingers crossed. If I come back in the next shot with a black eye, you know what happened. I already hit myself in the face with a wrench, literally right in my eye. That was fun. So we shall see. But I'm going to do that, and then we'll get back to the update for you guys. And I'm also going to put on some Nickelback and really, you know, motivate myself to get this thing done. Also, I just thought this is fucking hilarious. Look how obnoxious that looks. That's the wing on skid mark. Just posted up hard as fuck. Like, look how crazy that thing looks, dude. Looks mad. Freaking love that car. The thing is so much fun to drive. I cannot wait to get this thing done later this year. And also, we have a truck update coming, hopefully in the next couple videos. I got some cool stuff coming for that. And then, hopefully some stuff for the 5.0. Really get her dialed in. But yeah, I had it tarped up just because the weather's been so weird lately in Florida. It's been like Like yesterday was like 35 and like cold and rainy, and now it's 75. Like, it's very weird to be in sweats and now in shorts and t-shirts, and it's actually like a gorgeous day. So shout out to Florida for being super bipolar, and I just hope it stays warm, because I think that's also contributing to my sinuses and all that fun jazz. But anyway, like I said, we'll get her dialed, get her done, get her out of here. So we managed to successfully get the exhaust out and the transmission without hitting me in the face. I got a new pivot ball in there and a new clutch fork, and obviously the new throwout bearing, because the old one got toasted. As you can see, that's a no good, and I am picking up pieces of bearing throughout my garage now. So as you can see here, that is supposed to go in there somewhere, and yeah, that didn't. So that'll explain why it wouldn't go into gear and why I couldn't shift and why I was stranded at a stop sign. I've had this happen before, so I'm no stranger to it. I know it happened, I think 3 or 4 times. No, it's probably like twice. I think it was twice on my old Mustang, my old one from back in the day. But yeah, so the transmission's in. I got the clutch over there ready to rip. So we're gonna put that in, get everything lined up, and then hopefully put this bad boy back in. Get her dialed, you know, because today is Saturday, and I want to try to get as much done as I can because Supercross is on tonight, and you know, gotta have my priorities right. And we also have the 5.0 in the back, so I can drive that to work. But anyway, like I said, I want to make Savage more of a daily and a better daily. That being said, gotta do all this stuff in the meantime. So yeah. Well guys, as you notice, the skid mark is back in the garage. Kind of ran into a little hiccup. I definitely don't think, I know. I ordered the wrong clutch. For whatever reason, I totally blanked and thought that they were the same. But then obviously the trans is from the Michelob car, and so is the flywheel, and so is that old original clutch, that Exetti Mach 400. And it turns out there is the difference between the two. I guess the 02 ones are slightly bigger than the 97 ones. So I mean, it kind of sucks, because I was really looking forward to finishing the video off with the car running and everything back in it. But you know, that's kind of working on cars. So you win some and you lose some, and it was a stupid mistake on my end. I should have fucking caught it, but I didn't. But you know, live and learn. Now I know for next time. But the good news is now Skid Mark has a new clutch. Not really that he needed it, but I mean, the throwout bearing was making a little noise, so it would have been good to replace. But that being said, you know, at least we have some positive of this. You know, at least now I can put whatever that McLeod clutch in Skid Mark, really get him dialed, and then Savage will also get the new clutch once I order that and once that comes in. So at least both the new edges will have new clutches. Be nice to be able to daily both of these. Obviously I'm not going to daily Skid Mark, but it'd be cool to be able to drive them like normal cars instead of like freaking race cars or like heavy clutches and all that other BS. So a little bummer, but also kind of something good. It gives me more time to come up with more parts for this. I think the rear main's leaking. I should probably replace that. That clutch did come with a pilot bearing. I didn't do the pilot bearing, but now obviously I can buy that tool. Yeah, so I think it's more of like a blessing in disguise than it is like, I mean, it's definitely a bummer, but you know, like I said, at least we have another clutch for Skid Mark, and I have more content to shoot with that. You know, it just sucks because now I got 2 videos of doing clutches, but I mean, hey, they're 2 different cars and it's content. So, but anyway, as far as videos, I might have one for Skid Mark, or sorry, not Skid Mark. I might have one for Savage coming up. Just kind of going over Savage and making him a better daily. So maybe I'll do like new headlights, paint the bumper and stuff because the bumper's toast. I have window regulators somewhere in here in this mess of a garage. So I was planning on putting those in and then putting AC back in Savage because it went out a little while ago. So it'd be nice to have AC again. Now that it's starting to get hot in Florida again, it'd be nice to have AC. But yeah, probably another Savage video coming up after this one. It'll either be the clutch going back in it or the window regulators. And then I think I have everything for the truck. So there'll be a truck video and a truck update coming soon. That'll be cool. That'll be really sick. I think you guys will be excited for that. I know I'm definitely, that's probably my most anticipated project on my end. Like, I'm just most stoked for that. And then probably some skid mark stuff here and there. I really want to get the Michelob car going this year. Like, that is a huge goal of mine. I have everything on the top end except for maybe an intake, but I might just clean my old one out. I mean, the only problem is it's full of oil, so maybe I'll just flush it out or do whatever. And then I got to get the oil pump, or the oil pickup tube and the upgraded oil pump. And then probably another clutch and flywheel for that. But yeah, so hopefully once the truck's going, I'll get that and then get the Michelob car here. I can work on that, get that going, and then go from there. So I really like to start doing Michelob car content. I have a couple cool ideas with that I'd like to see. And then get more comfortable with the truck, get that done. So obviously I can drive that around and tow all these cars and get driving this year. I really want to start drifting. I think that'd be sick. And definitely really want to do some more stuff with Savage. I don't know, maybe later this year turbo it or some sort of boost. I think I'm more leaning towards turbos, or a turbo, just because it's cheaper and more efficient. And if I do go with my original plan to coyote swap it later on, I can probably steal that kit, harvest that kit, and put it on that. But this is all way later down the line. But yeah, so sorry to end the video here, but I think this is where it's going to end. I'll probably just end up making a part 2, just so that way I can get videos out. I'll probably end it right here, and then pick up once that other clutch comes in, which will probably be sometime later next week. But yeah, so we got content lined up. I'll start coming up with some more ideas and get some more like activity going on this channel. Really want to. I think it'd be really sick this year to just kind of focus on that and dedicate myself to that. But anyway, that's enough rambling for me. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Love you guys. Deuces.